America is back at the table.
The team tasked with getting the country back on track, a seasoned national security lineup, veterans of diplomatic relations. Antony Blinken, Joe Biden's right-hand man, his pick for Secretary of State.
We can't solve all of the world's problems alone. We need to be working with other countries. We need their cooperation.
Australia playing a significant role in his upbringing. His stepfather, a young Holocaust survivor raised in Melbourne, going on to become an international lawyer and advisor to world leaders.
He was one of 900 children in his school in Białystok, Poland, but the only one to survive the Holocaust.
Antony Blinken, in combination with National Security Advisor Jake Sullivan, were involved in Barack Obama's pivot to Asia strategy. Antony Blinken and Jake Sullivan really need to focus on a strategy which is competitive and at times confrontational with China.
The US expected to continue its assertiveness towards Beijing without harming multilateralism and free trade prospects in the region. But the shadow foreign minister says it shouldn't influence Australia's relations with China.
We shouldn't allow our foreign policy to be entirely defined by competition between the United States and China.
Accepting he'll likely be heading home, the outgoing US ambassador unable to escape questions about China's so-called list of grievances.
I'll be a little bit undiplomatic. I think that list reflects instances of the government of Australia standing up for its own interest.
Rejoining international institutions and accords dumped by President Trump now back on the agenda. Biden's new special envoy on climate issues, John Kerry, sending a strong message.
All nations must raise ambition together, or we will all fail together.
Countries like Australia are going to be expected to step up with new commitments.
Australia's Pacific neighbours will no doubt be delighted by the election of President Biden and the appointment of John Kerry, gaining important allies in their calls for stronger action on climate change.
The Fijian Prime Minister Frank Bainimarama has invited President-elect Biden to the next Pacific Islands Forum, and that could change the dynamics really radically for Australia. We will be literally friendless in that forum.
Shubha Krishnan.